Moscow claimed things were still amicable with Washington as they worked together on a ceasefire in Ukraine, despite President Trump saying he was pissed off at Vladimir Putin and doubling down on his threat to whack Russian oil with tariffs if peace isn't reached within a month. Trump shook up the Kremlin on Sunday when he voiced his first real rebuke of Putin after the Russian strongman called for Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to be ousted by his own generals. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov tried to downplay Trump's outrage and insisted that Moscow and Washington are still actively working to rebuild relations after they were cut off under the Biden administration over the Ukraine invasion. "We are also working on implementing some ideas related to the Ukrainian settlement," Peskov told reporters. "The work is underway. So far, there are no specifics that we would have to inform you about." Despite Trump's claim that the two world leaders would be talking again this week, Peskov said no such appointment was on the books, but it could be quickly organized if necessary. The attempt at damage control comes after Trump doubled down on his threat and deadline for Putin, telling reporters on Air Force One Sunday night that he's frustrated with Moscow's repeated attacks on Zelensky. "I was disappointed in a certain way. Some of the things that Putin said over the last day or two having to do with Zelensky," Trump said. While Trump reiterated that he still had good relations with Putin, he said he was confident the Russian president would comply with his demands or face the consequences. The president warned that Russia would be hit with a 25% to 50% tariff on all oil, as well as a slew of secondary tariffs, if a ceasefire deal isn't reached within a month. "I think he's going to be good, and I certainly wouldn't want to put secondary tariffs on Russia, but if they were put on, it would not be very good for them," Trump warned. The Trump administration continues to push for an end to the war to fulfill the president's campaign promise, with the U.S. securing 2 ceasefire agreements last week to halt attacks against each nation's energy grid and in the busy Black Sea trade route.